Well, good morning. Join me this morning, back on Banks of the River Ouse. Only a couple of days to go before the season finishes. As you can see, it's something a little bit different today. I'm sat somewhere totally different. Sat with mate How, he's fishing just the other side of me on the right. And as you can see, no box, no feeder arm, nothing. I've got my chair, just travelled light, got a bag with a few bits and pieces in, and literally just sat here, a couple of bank sticks just like we used to do in the old days. And I'm just fishing a feeder, sort of down the middle, third the way over, just see what we can get. I have actually been lucky enough to get a skimmer just before I set everything up. So that's a good sign. How's had a few bites as well. So hopefully we might get one or two. Like I say, I'm just fishing a little bit different. There's the flask on. So just fishing a little bit light, you know, light setup. Not a lot of gear. Because the wind's very, very strong, as you can see. You know, rollers rattling around a little bit. And hopefully we might get one or two fish. Like I say, there's a tinge colour in the water. We had a fair drop of rain the other day, but hopefully we might be able to sort of get a little bit of flow on it later on and hopefully get one or two. So, rod we're using today, just the Cadence 12-foot number 2 with a CS 4000 reel. I've got an 1.5 ounce tip. Literally just got my normal helicopter rig, as you can see there, and I've got one of the pre-tied Preston N30s 013 down to a size 16, and like I say, I'm just throwing that down the middle, letting it settle, keeping quite a tight line on it because there's not a lot of flow at the moment. And I'm just putting 4 dead maggots on the hook. So there we go, 4 dead maggots, and I'm putting some dead maggots and a little bit of caster in with the ground bait. Decent size feeder. Just fishing an ounce for now, but it's a decent size, there's a fair bit of bait going in. Sort of let it go down the middle, letting it sink. Just tightening up onto it, keep a tight line. So like I say, there's not a lot of flow at the moment. There we go. That's it, as you can see there. Just sort of tighten up to it. Bit of a problem with the umbrella today. But without it, we won't be able to do a lot of filming, so just keep it off me a little bit. So I've got all that done. Ground bait. Look at this juicy lot. Ooh. Look at that lot. So I've got some dead maggots, got some casters. And the ground bait there, as you can see, it's almost like sort of greeny, yellowy colour. That's actually Bait Tech Pro feeder with some brown crumb. And I put a little tiny bit of black dye in with it, and it gives it that almost like I say, like a sort of dark olivey green colour, similar to what I've been using anyway. But that's a perfectly natural mix, no fish meal whatsoever. So what else we got? We have got usual red maggots. Got some fluoro maggots, got some pinkies. I've got some worms by at the back of me just in case. Like I say, just a little bit travelling light. Ian and Adrian been doing it through most of the season, and I had a look at how they sort of kit themselves out with the chair and everything like that, and I've done myself the same, mainly for when I go on the relief channel. But hopefully, like I say, I've got it near enough right. I've got 3 months when the season closes to get it right. But I thought I'd just come out with it today and probably the end of the season, because I might be moving around if it ain't no good, especially with the weather. But yeah, it's just nice, just sort of sat nice and comfortable. Got the old backrest up, so probably be a kip shortly. Like I say, I've had that one skimmer, sort of about £1.25, £1.50. It's a good sign. How's getting a lot of little bites as well. So it's a decent sign that there's 1 or 2 fish in the area. I actually fished this area on Tuesday. Totally different conditions. It was still, sunshine. And after a couple of hours, I just knew I wasn't going to get a bite. Today, it's totally different. You know, it's got a ripple on the water. It's a little bit overcast. Got a tinge of colour. It all felt right that there might be 1 or 2 fish around. Like I say, I've had that one. So hopefully, we might be able to get 1 or 2 more. But only time will tell. Like I say, we've only got a couple of days left. Tomorrow looks abysmal. It's forecast rain most of the day, strong winds again, 45-mile-an-hour gusts. So I might just have to give that a rest tomorrow, then find somewhere to go on Sunday just for a few hours. Not going to go all day, probably just fish for the morning. Just say, you know, just be out on the last day really. So we'll keep, like I say, regular cast every sort of 5-6 minutes, and hopefully, like I say, add that one, might be able to draw 1 or 2 more fish into the area and pick off 1 or 2 as we go. So I'm going to have me a brew, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Well, it's hard going. I've had that one fish. I've had another indication where I pricked the fish off on the strike, and I've had a drop back bite as well. So there's definitely fish in the area, but getting them to feed is another thing altogether. The sun keeps coming in, going out, coming in. I think if it stayed as overcast, it might not be too bad. There's definitely fish there. Say, Howe's had odd 1 or 2 bites. It's very, very tough going. So you got the old rod down there. To what I was fishing earlier. There's hardly any flow, it's just tripping through a little tiny bit. But yeah, we'll just see what happens really. So it's a beautiful day. Beautiful. Just needs 1 or 2 fishes. So definitely there. I mean, I just cast out probably about half hour ago. Sort of cast out, just went that a little bit further out and had a bite straight away. So definitely nosing around. Could be probably one of these sessions where they have a feeding frenzy for about half an hour before they shut up shop. But you've got to have a bait in the water to catch a fish. So we'll catch him with you in a bit, hopefully. Might have 1 or 2. Don't know. First bite in ages. Big perch, I think. He's a big perch as well. Big perch. Look at that beauty. Hey? Absolute beauty. See, I can catch 1 or 2 fish. Better fish? That's a nice fish, eh? I reckon you've got your other hook there, look.
Yeah.
That's the one you got bust on. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice fish.
Yeah.
You got him.
This is when they decide to take it.
Well, just about got to the end of the session now. It's been a bit tough. Had a couple of fish, I've had a perch, and I've had this nice big skimmer. Howe's had a skimmer in a bream as well. So we've had a couple of fish apiece. It's starting to run a bit now, so I'm just sort of put net to dry, probably carry on for about an hour, and hopefully we might pick up one before we go. But if we don't, that's a nice fish to catch, and hopefully might get another one before the season finishes on Sunday. So if you are out, good luck, and me, I'll catch you next time on the bank. Oosh.